Hansi Flick, the man who conquered Europe with Bayern, now tasked with reshaping the DNA of Barcelona. But how does a manager rooted in Herman efficiency adapt to the fluid, possession-based identity of Barca? Well, he doesn't. He evolves it. And so far, we could say there is a clear evolution in every aspect of Barca's identity, with the team competing in all three major competitions, chasing the treble after many years. In today's video, we break down how Hansi Flick is building a pressing machine, a Barcelona that doesn't just play with the ball, but hunts it. To do this, we'll take a look at their recent match against Celta Vigo for La Liga, where a goal scored by Rafinha in the 98th minute gave them a very important win. Let's begin. Essentially, we will focus on three key aspects of Barcelona's game. 1. Pressing shape. 2. Build-up principles. 3. Attacking patterns. We'll begin with their pressing structure, but before that, let's briefly look at their starting formation on paper. It's a classic 4-3-3 setup with Varane and Rafinha as the wingers, and De Jong, Pedri, and Fermin forming the midfield triangle. Barca's approach was clear. They wanted to suffocate Celta, not letting them build from the back. In their build-up phase, Celta employed a 4+2 structure. Barca tried controlling every opponent, applying what seemed to be a man-to-man pressing scheme. The pressing shape itself was unorthodox. Lewa and Pedri sat close to the double pivot, while both wingers were tasked with pressing the center-backs. Meanwhile, the fullbacks would push extremely high, almost operating as wingers, to press the opposing fullbacks. Interestingly, Cubarsí and Inigo, the center-backs, shifted completely wide, operating almost as fullbacks, to cover the space vacated by the actual fullbacks who had pushed higher. Naturally, this left huge gaps between the center-backs, but De Jong and Fermin would drop into those areas, maintaining coverage and marking any central threats from Celta. When Celta attempted to build out with short passes, Barca responded with relentless intensity. The main objective was to apply immediate and overwhelming pressure to the ball receiver. The nearest players would engage, closing down aggressively. Even the center-backs weren't passive. They would push high into wide areas to support the press without hesitation. This aggressive movement often left exploitable spaces behind them, occasionally allowing Celta's attackers to find them slaves in numerical equality situations. However, they struggled to capitalize on these openings, as the sheer intensity and speed of Barcelona's pressing suffocated any time or space, forcing rushed decisions and constant turnovers. On the other hand, when Celta tried to bypass the first wave of pressure by playing long balls, Barcelona's defenders were ready to fight for the aerial duels and win them or contest for the second balls. When defending in set play, Barca settled into a 4-2-3-1 medium block. They maintained excellent distances between the lines, remaining compact and disciplined. The two CDMs would position themselves in the half spaces between the center-back and the full-back to track runners or even drop into the back line when needed. Barca used clear pressing triggers, most notably when the ball was played backwards. This would initiate their high man-to-man press, as we already saw. The defensive line would frequently push up to the halfway line, setting aggressive offside traps. Complete suffocation. Flick's signature desire to overwhelm opponents on full display. Celta trapped in their own half, unable to find vertical passing lanes between the lines. They were forced to play long. But even that was controlled by Barca with their goalkeeper, who was more than willing to push slightly higher off his line, sweeping any potential through balls. Naturally, such an aggressive pressing system and ultra-high defensive line come with inherent risks. The entire structure depends on perfect timing, coordination, and intensity. One mistimed step, one player late to close down, or a mispositioning, and suddenly the whole system collapses. When the opponent manages to escape the pressure, the space left behind becomes a runway. It's a high-risk, high-reward approach, but against pacey attackers, this can prove costly. In fact, Celta had 3 to 4 opportunities to punish Barca. Flick, more than anyone knows it. and that's what separates him from the rest. He wants his team to be aggressive, dominant, dictating the rhythm of the game, completely in charge, even if that carries some risks at times. But that's all for today. Tactical geeks, if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button to help me grow. Tell me what you think about Hansi Flick in the comments. Don't forget to also subscribe to make sure you never miss out new videos and be part of our rapidly growing community. Stay tuned for part 2, build-up and attacking patterns.